Out on the water where the sun feels right, Charlie and Anita sailing day and night. Electric power gliding clean and free on what way? Come and see. It's the narrowboat life in a brand new way. Through the locks and the laughter, come what may. Adventures calling, don't miss a day with Charlie and Anita on What Way.
I'm back! Finally back on What Way. She's got to go through this little brown gate. I hope she's alright. She's been on her own for just over a week. I was delayed coming back to the boat after getting back from the USA. But I'm here now. Charlie is very keen to see our home again. Come on in. Right then. Big suitcase, thin towpath. What could go wrong? Whilst I was delayed, I was lucky enough to be able to visit the Big Cat Sanctuary. The sanctuary got lots of recognition when they rescued 5 lions from war-torn Ukraine. Day out at the Big Cat Sanctuary. Here, they rescue big cats and they only open their doors twice a year.
Welcome your event host, it's Jags!
Here we go, more noise guys!
Turns out big cats are hard to film. Luckily, I improved in time. This is Rory. He arrived in March. He spent his early years confined to a small concrete cage in Ukraine. This tiger was being touch trained to make it easier to give them medicine or be looked at by a vet. Just looking at these jaguars makes you know they are the fastest animals in the world. Great fun, but now back to the calm and peace of narrowboat life. Gosh, that canal's gone green since I was last here. It was going green. But now it just looks thick. You could walk on it. This isn't easy. What I like about the boating community, see that little boat with a blue awning on? I've just been chatting to them. They watch my channel and said, have you got milk for a cup of tea now you've come back to What Way? I said, no, I haven't. I was going to go shopping in the hire car. And she said, oh, here. It's given me just enough for a couple of cups of tea whilst I'm getting myself sorted. Love that. There's my home. I've missed her. It's doing all right, isn't she, Charlie? Right then. Key. Oh, we are grounded. Not moving at all. Beautiful. Wonderful smell. Newly cut grass. How different is that from New York. I was going to be cruising today, but I'm not, because look at this grey weather. I just don't want to be caught in a rainstorm. So we are staying put, doing boaty jobs, unpacking from America, all that sort of thing. And at 2 o'clock, the Blackpool Air Show is going to happen. And apparently, all the planes come right over this canal. So I'm going to sit on the roof of my boat with a beer and watch the planes. Not quite the cruising weather I was hoping for. Haven't seen any of the planes for the Blackpool Air Show either. Don't think it happened. It's been very windy, very wet. And where I was in Broadstairs is currently 30 degrees. They know how to do the summer in the south. We don't have any rain. We've got a little bit of cloud, but it's promising to get sunnier and warmer, so we are moving. Yay, get to cruise. Heading past Garstang to find a nice place to stop. My daughter Kate is bringing Fig, the cheese dog. And we are off. Yay, Charlie! All is good. Fig the cheese dog belongs to my daughter Kate, and Kate is off to perform with her improv troupe something called The Workplace. It's an improv long form like The Office, but the audience makes up the story. How cool's that? Kate is there for 2 weeks and I'm looking after Fig whilst she's there. So that'll be fun, having adventures. It's going to be a little bit like a Shetland pony staying on the boat. Fig is called Fig the cheese dog because she is part collie, part Bernese Mountain Dog. And Bernese Mountain Dogs are known traditionally for pulling small carts that have cheese on them. So people go from village to village to sell the cheese. We're cruising past Greaves Farm Caravan and Camping. Does look a lovely spot. You can have permanent moorings if you wish to buy one. Not for me. But one day maybe. Past the lovely couple that gave me some milk when I first arrived back on Wattway. Oh, that was a godsend. Meant it didn't have to rush out and buy lots of shopping. I could just relax with a cup of tea. Kind of looks like Wattway's just going along grass. It's very, very green. Have to keep reversing to get all this little duckweed out from my weed hatch because it's stopping the prop going round. As usual, coming under a bridge and a boat comes round the corner. It is a much nicer day today, so there are lots of boats moving. It's nice not being the only one moving. It's the summer.
Did you have a lovely holiday?
I had a These are lovely, these park homes with their moorings outside. Got great views over the fields. When we get to Garstang, we're going to stop to get rid of the rubbish. Seem to have accumulated lots, even though I've only been back on the boat 2 days. Never mind. We've got the washing in as we speak, so every now and again you might hear the water splash out. When we moor When we moor up, I can put it out. Jolly tight bend. Can't hear anything coming. Could be another electric boat though. Mr. and Mrs. Swan have had a very successful year. Seven teenage swans. No, take that back. 8 teenage swans. Take that back. 9. 9 teenage swans. That is outstandingly good work. Well done. They have got a lot of eating to do. I do love it when the wind drops down to nothing. Just me and the swallows. Oh, that looks like a boat moving on my side of the canal. A little bit of a slowdown, methinks. Nice to see the hire boaters out and about. Lancaster Canal's probably one of the only ones that you can cruise. There's a lot of canals closed at the moment. We've not had rain for months and months and months, and the bit of rain we've had apparently hasn't made any difference whatsoever. I was planning on trying to get to Peterborough to get my solar panels stuck down properly before winter, but every single route to get me from the west side of the country to the east side of the country is closed. Either there is a breach or they have closed lock flights because of their lack of water. So I'll have to make another plan with Tim the boat builder. I think this is beautiful. I've missed it. Missed it a lot. Welcome to Garstang. Apparently, it's the world's first fair trade town. That's such a cute little marina. Racing some ducks. Now that is one beautifully kept campsite stroke marina. That looks a jolly solid boat. Nice. Jolly busy little bridge. Beautiful footbridge built in 1927. Sad, it's been closed for use. It must be dangerous. Looks pretty robust. There's got to be a reason it's closed off though. This is Garstang services. We have many bins. Couldn't see any separated recycling, so I put my recycling just in the big bins. Needs to be better, I don't know, better labelled so people don't put everything in the same bin. I don't know which is which. There's blue ones and orange ones, but no idea. They have a toilet here. They have somewhere where you can empty your LSAN. And they also have a pump out, but apparently that's not working at the moment. Oh, and obviously the water. Most boats use water whilst they're here. Good little stop at the services. And now onwards and onwards through Garstang. Find a nice spot to moor. I stopped in Garstang on the way up. I just want somewhere different on the way down. Let's hope there's nothing coming round the corner. I've booped my horn, nothing happened, so I'm assuming we're clear, and we are. The stone on that bridge is gorgeous. Big fat wide beam for sale, the Thomas O'Rourke, 125,000, and it can be yours. It does look really new. Nice. Going over a very little aqueduct over the River Wyre. This aqueduct is 34 feet above the River Wyre, and it was first used in 1797. And to be kind of in the middle of nowhere a little bit, just whilst Fig is getting used to the boat. Teeny tiny moorhens. Charlie got hot, so she's in her summertime sitting place. On the other side of there is a coal yard. Very useful to know about as a narrowboater. So if I get stuck on here for winter, I can just swing by here and get some coal. Once again, all of the ducks have gone brown. That's because after the breeding season they molt, and they actually molt all of their flight feathers. So the nature has stepped in and gone, right, well, if you're going to be flightless for a bit, you need to be camouflaged. So all the boy ducks go brown and look like the girl ducks. You can see their boys, they've got slightly darker heads. Hello, cormorant. 4.5 hours after setting off, I am still cruising. Ideally, I wanted to stop at about bridge 51, but I couldn't get in. I was about, I don't know, 8 foot, 9 foot from the bank, so I was more or less in the middle of the canal, would have been blocking it for people coming past. So I've been trundling down. Every time I find a road bridge, I pull in, and every time I try and pull in, I'm miles out. Hi. So I've decided I'm going to bite the bullet and go to Guy's Thatched Kingdom. There's Old Nell's Tavern there, But there's also the white bull opposite. And it should be easy for me to get in, and it should be easy for Kate to find somewhere to put her car. So that is what I'm doing. I wanted to be more in the middle of nowhere than I am, but it is what it is. It's still a beautiful day to cruise though. Going over a tiny little aqueduct called Brock Aqueduct. It goes over the River Brock. It's 22 feet above the River Brock, and it also was first used in 1797. Little pathway there to go and look at it. There's the Brock Brook. We have arrived. You join me catching up with a few jobs whilst waiting for my daughter Kate and her dog Fig to arrive on the boat. It's really important to me to keep my solar panels clean, because that way I get the maximum amount of power in. I used to have a proper mop bucket where you could wring your mop out, but that was difficult to store. So I've got myself a collapsible bucket and just wring the mop out by hand. It works all right. Fig's first go on a towpath. And whoa, we've been walking for 2 minutes and she's still dry. I think this is a success. This dog is the size of a Shetland pony. We're leaving Billsborough and we're heading to the middle of nowhere so Fig and I can get to know each other. It's a beautiful day. This is Fig's first cruise and she's thinking, goodness me, the world is going by. You all right, darling? Good dog. This girl wasn't happy about being indoors without anybody whilst the boat was moving. So we're trying on a lead, watching the ducks go by. And we're hoping no launching off the boat occurs. Whoa, that was successful. No launching. Fig's now back indoors. She saw the ducks and wanted to chase the ducks. She didn't go in, but I don't want to take any chances. And we're trying again. She'll get used to it. Now that is the perfect boat dog. Excellent. Not much room to move, but she was beautifully settled. Just getting used to the splashing of the prop, I think. That guy there in the white t-shirt is collecting elderberries for elderberry wine. And he says he's going to pad it out with a few blackberries to make elderberry and blackberry wine. Sounds gorgeous. It's good to see the fact that foraging is coming back to being a thing. We've always foraged as a nation, but it seems to be coming back, which is good. Definitely got the hang of boat life. Charlie's a little nonplussed with the whole thing. Well, so far, I've had to stop 3 times to get weed off the prop. I'm limping along, barely moving because of the amount of weed. And now it's pouring down with rain. Get a narrowboat, they said. It will be fun, they said. Not convinced. Oh, Charlie's not happy. We're in a mixture of duckweed and blanket weed. And what's happening is the blanket weed is wrapping round the prop and turning into a thick rope of green. So I'm needing to stop and cut it off every 5 minutes or so. so going is very slow. Never mind, I am making progress. Fig has taken herself indoors, Charlie is on her cushion, and all is right with the world. Mustn't moan about the weed though, at least I can cruise. I've just been sent a video of a whole load of boats sitting on the bottom of Leeds Basin. I know there are people trapped on the River Weaver because the Anderton boat lift isn't working and there's a breach stopping them from going up the Ship Canal and onto the Shroppy Canal. So I'm actually, hampered by weed, but I'm moving and I've got a nice big area to move around in. I'm much, much luckier than some. Right, that'll be one wet dog then. One canal jumped into. He's looking jolly happy about it though. Oh dear. This is going to be fun. With all the excitement of Fig falling in the canal and going down the weed hatch, everything is calm and quiet. Fig is calmly lying down, slowly drying from her sojourn into the canal. I've got a book and Charlie is keeping out of the sun. A very lovely end to a stressful day's cruising.